Hey, one moment. There you go. Hmm. Going on. Can't see chat for some reason. A second. Something's up with my thing. There you are. Finally. Okay, that was weird. Alright. Turn on the recording. Go ahead and go ahead and announce the stream too. There you are. Okay. I am nearly dying of thirst. What is new? Oh, been a while since I've been back here, huh? Hello everyone.
Bottled in scenic brook hollow.
And move this over a second. There we go. Right. Actually, I think I'll keep my VTuber there, right? That actually doesn't look too bad. You actually see like the thing on the bottom right there. Yeah, it looks fine. Hello Zeta, how are you? Man, you move. After running around in Borderlands for so long, and going back to a game where you are actually reasonably paced, because Borderlands is so insanely fast.
Anything interesting out here?
I think I might undo this part up here. I like it, but I can't seem to put a fence around it properly. At least not that I can tell. There's something over there. Playing Infinite Fusion. Which one is that one again? Oh yeah, this one. Last time I was playing I was showing a friend my base and thought that I was experimenting with the idea of having like a chill zone up here. Unfortunately, there's not a whole ton of decorations you can do as of right now. Oh, what's happened over here? Is this damaged? Something here? Oh, a fan game operated Discord. Interesting. You know what I remembered? There was a game, I think I still have it, in fact. It's on a CD. An old game. What was it? It was called I don't know if anyone's gonna know what I'm talking about, but it had like it's like a something called like Sour Notes. It was a music game for like toddlers. It was a like a point and click adventure type thing or something like that. Hold on, let me, because I was looking this up earlier. Game, music game with sour notes. Jump start. Yeah, jump. Yeah, there are several. I would need a like CD player for my computer,
Bikes can't do that.
but it's just like super old game, and I really want to play it on stream, to be honest. There's a bunch of games that I had back then. And to be honest, from what I recall, I mean, at least as a kid, I found them pretty fun. Oh, interesting. I do remember there being like a what's that thing over there? Oh yeah, this thing. I was looking for this over there last time, right? Yeah. May not do that this time around, but actually, yeah, let's go ahead and... 'cause there's an area I want to explore, but you
Bye, Bug. Hit you up later.
need to stay here. And I need to just make sure that I have... yeah, blazing brew, okay. Hold on, you can stay inside, or it's safe. Oops. I think I'm stuck. Oh man, that broke my leg. Alright, note to self, never do that again.
I'm a
There you go.
well-respected artisan.
I don't even know how to describe that game, but yeah. It's something that I found pretty fun growing up as a kid. But anywho. I figured that today would take it a little bit easy, but at the same time, yeah. There's a bit of things going on that I felt like maybe need a bit more of a chill game to speak on. Bug isn't following me, is it?
Anything interesting out here?
Oh, it is. Damn it. Oh, come on. I trained you better than that to die to this thing.
You okay there, Bug? I'll show you the way.
You stay here. I'll be back. I'm going over to the ice cream place. But yeah. So... I don't know. It's a bit on my mind. I think the thing that's like... I feel... is a bit mostly on my mind. Just because I've seen it a little bit here and there. About people talking about it. Especially in like this era. I feel like people have so much like misconceptions about what it means to be like happy and things.
Anything interesting
What's
out
that?
here?
Oh, Bombardier Beetle. Okay. Can I like chop at this at all? Let's go ahead and have one of these. So I can avoid...
Cold wind blows.
It doesn't... stop it entirely, but it is helpful at least. What was that? Oop. Oh man. Come on.
My kingdom for a blanket.
Interesting. Okay, but maybe I can't be here even with the blazing bruise. I thought this was gonna stop my thing the entire time. I guess not. It's more of a late game thing? Maybe I should go farm the parts for it, I guess. If I don't already have them. It stopped me from running too, which is pretty rough. Yeah, the thing on my mind, because although things are pretty rough for me as far as like content creation goes, like they're rough for everybody I think, but especially for newer content creators or like smaller content creators, things are just pretty rough. Like it seems like everything is actively trying to get worse. I spoke about it a little bit in I believe the Just Talking stream, but it really does seem like literally every single platform is just having this an extremely competitive race to the bottom. Like YouTube killing people's viewership because now if they're using ad blockers, it doesn't count as a view, which is bad for algorithm reasons. It's also just bad for morale, as far as people actually being energized to make content. It's a little hard to make content or want to make content if you know, no one's watching your stuff and you're of course pouring so much of yourself into each piece of content, but no one's watching it, so it's hard to want to do anything. But then Twitter, I mean, no company out there acknowledges shadow bans, YouTube included. I'm shadow banned currently on Twitter and trying to figure that out, so that's hurting me. Payment processors are harassing content creators. We have to deal with like the threat of COSA and all these other things for like censoring certain bits of content creation and things. And it's just like, unfortunately I feel like we're entering, or have been in like the sort of dark ages as far as content creation. Interestingly, when there weren't as many rules, content creation was a lot more fun and a lot more doable. But the more it got more and more corporate, well, unsurprisingly, things got just worse and worse and worse. But there's effectively no safe haven as of right now to go to in order to try and find a place to actually be creative. You know? Hello, Victor. And it fucking sucks. On top of that, just the entire sort of bit itself, like content creation space itself, is just not fun anymore. People are so fixated on the money, the fame, and no one's here because they want to be creative. People are here because they have an ego. They have like an ego quota to match with. Hello, Teddy. How are you? Yeah, and even Patreon is a difficult one right now. Oh fuck, I need apples for that one. Oh, at least I have one.
Function over fashion, Willow.
Right, let's hope that this will work. So yeah, like Patreon is giving me a hard time. Like the paid platforms are giving me a hard time. There's literally no safe haven as of right now to go to if you want to be a content creator. Especially if you're someone that just wants to kind of do their own thing and doesn't want to have to do all these trends that people are doing. And don't get me wrong, some trends are fun. I see, you know, like, because I do React content, I see certain videos that are like, oh, this is a fun one to react to. But then there's a lot of them that are just like, I don't really feel like reacting to that one, you know? Or there's a big topic.
It's only October. Shouldn't be this cold.
And yeah, I just don't feel like discussing that. Okay, well this armor is making it a little bit easier. Not sure if it's an insta-kill if I let that go all the way down, by the way. Or build up, I guess. I don't even know what's in here. Doesn't really look like much. Nope, hello. Yeah, but I'm usually not the first one to do like a react video on whatever it is that I'm reacting to. I do, for a reason, react to things that people have already reacted to, because can never really know, you know, can never really tell how people are going to be, especially like certain content creators who just do not want anybody to at all give their opinion on anything that they do. And it's not like I have the money for a legal team to fight back for me, you know? So man, this place is rough. Not really a whole lot here, is there? I'm sure it's all on like the inside, but I'm not confident enough to do that right now. Maybe if I had more blazing brews, but I need apples for that. Where can I go get an apple somewhere? By the trash, maybe? The fuck was that sound? Is this like a different type of grass? No, it's just normal. Hello Ross, how are you? But yeah. The interesting thing is, despite all the difficulties that I've been having as a content creator,
Water.
I am still somehow managing to do pretty decent. I am at a point now where I'm making a bit of like, at this point, minimum wage, if not like a bit more than minimum wage, using like combine the money that I'm making from my other little job and content creation, I am making as much, if not more than minimum wage at this point. Which is pretty fucking good, to be honest. Like, that's not a bad deal. It's obviously not necessarily ideal, especially in this day and age. I can't exactly live by myself if I wanted to. Also, why is my buggy all the way over here? There you are.
Bikes can't do that.
But considering there's a lot of people that are just not even able to get a fucking job, not even a job interview after applying, like, we're not in too rough shape compared to what we could have been, you know?
Fanning my palette. How's this look? Think I'll start a new trend?
Things could absolutely be a lot worse. So, might not be where we want to be, but we are in better shape than quite a few people these days. But the funny thing is, I don't know. It's a weird thing to have to kind of come to terms with. And I've talked about this before in a VOD that got deleted. But it's a weird thing to come to terms with, where the sad reality is, because of just how I am as a person, and also just how we're taught here in America, we're taught basically to just work every single day until the day we die, and if we don't do that, then we've failed as humans. Unless I guess you're a woman, in which case either work or settle down and have babies. But there's no real middle ground between those two things, it seems like.
Hands off, Web! We'll try later.
There you go. But because of our upbringing and because of just my expectations of myself, it's a harsh reality where the fact of the matter is, even if I had everything that I did want by this point in my life, there's a good chance it still wouldn't even make me happy. And it's a bit of a frightening thing to have to realize about yourself, that even if you had everything that you want, there's that risk that you are still gonna feel some sort of void. Like your heart's never gonna actually be fulfilled. Like, for me, don't get me wrong, I absolutely feel a sense of relief that, like, you know, again, not where I want to be, especially as a content creator. I've been doing this for 6+ years at this point. And there is a sense of relief that, you know, things are actually improving, even despite all the difficulties. But there is this insatiable, not just hunger, but a rage that continues on all the time. It feels like a bloodlust, but and nothing seems to fix it. No amount of fulfillment, no amount of friendship, no amount of community. Nothing seems to work. And especially money. Like, money is nice in the moment, and then it's like, well, I'm not even gonna spend that. Like, cause I can't spend that. What if I need it for something else?
I'm choking. Shoot.
Ow. What happened?
Function over fashion, Willow.
Thankfully my buggy doesn't choke to death on this stuff. And so it's like, well, if the one thing that I thought was going to help me, and that's actually being fulfilled in my career and everything, if that's not helping, then what will? And maybe it just comes with age. That some people just eventually kind of chill out or something. But unfortunately, that does kind of mean that things are a little bit miserable, at least in some sense.
Joining the proletariat.
Again, it feels so weird because I'm in the best shape that I've ever been. I'm probably the healthiest I've ever been. I have way more community, more money. Sure, I guess I don't have like a serious partner or anything like that, but I'm not, like, as much as I would love that, I don't want to rush into it either. And it's strange because I have way more than most do, I would say. Having my health, I have effectively no severe health issues, which is insanely rare, I would say. Every time I talk to anybody, they're like, yeah, I'm dealing with this thing that I was born with or that I inherited. And it's like, for me, the worst things I have to deal with are probably eventually cancer. But everyone in my family that's gotten cancer treatment has survived, so I'm assuming my chances are pretty decent. Especially by that point, science is going to be even further along, you know? So I'm not nervous about that, I'm just gonna be like, oh, well, it's my turn then. But I have family, community. I'm likely never gonna have to worry about buying a house. I mean, my mom has already told me that I'm going to inherit the house. So I'll always have some backup plan. It's like, realistically, I should be one of the happiest people around, but it's just like this insane expectation that we put on ourselves and society puts on us since before we can even conceptualize what it means to have money. Like, before we even can understand why we need the education everybody is stressing to us about, and why we need the good job that everyone wants us to have, we're just told that we need this stuff in order to exist on a basic level. And now we live in an era where neither of those things are really all that achievable, and so we all kind of just are like, well, I guess we failed? And what's more is everyone's just kind of pointing fingers at each other at what is causing it. It's like, we all realistically should know who's causing it, and they're the ones that are evading every bit of responsibility as much as possible. People at the very top. So we're all just angrier. that a beauty fly? Yeah, I've definitely thought about leaving the US quite a bit. At this point, I'm like, well, the house is here, and my family is here. So even if job opportunities are better elsewhere, I still probably wouldn't leave the country. Every place has issues too, like every single place in the world has issues. So I'm not even confident that me moving anywhere would necessarily make me happier. I think it would just make me lonely. Especially because the only other country that my family knows anybody in is a country that I'm very not eager to go back to. Well, not that I've ever been there, but I'm not exactly willing to go back to a place that has a history of gangs and gang violence.
Writing you is a metaphor for capitalism.
But at the same time, it is an interesting scenario of, well, everything seems to be not so great, but what is the alternative? Like, are we supposed to just lie down and accept that things are awful, or move forward? That's the thing that pisses me off the most. Is when people kind of just lie down and accept that things are bad. I can never be with anyone that's like super nihilistic or anything like that. Like, don't get me wrong, there are points where I've been a bit cynical. You know, things go wrong. Posts don't do as well as I would like. Maybe something breaks and now that's another few $100s I have to spend just to get that going.
Bottled in scenic Brookhollow.
But I refuse to believe that there is nothing that people can do to make things better for themselves. Especially first, I would say probably starting first and foremost is your health. Grandparents got the best and the rest of us had to pick up the slack. Yeah, in their eyes. It's always a funny thing to me, isn't it? That we're like, so many of us are called lazy, yet we're literally having to work like 2 to 3 times more hours than they ever needed to live a basic life. Oh, here's an apple. Got some fresh bits there. That's what I was looking for. So I can make more of the spicy stuff. I don't know. I am a big believer though that things will improve. I really do. I really do think that things will improve. Like, the world as a whole will improve. The economy and everything, the state of politics and everything. I do believe it will improve. To me, it's not a matter of when, it's just a matter of how. With or without revolution. And that's the dangerous part. That's the part that a lot of people are having a hard time with. I had to give up my dream job. This sucks. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. What the? For a change to occur, we need to open their eyes. However, most people would rather have their heads buried in the sand. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, opening your eyes means having to look at the world in a different way than what you're used to, and nobody wants to do that. Often because no one wants to believe that the way that they saw things were wrong. Or were in such a way that could have been better than what they understood. But to me, it's more of a matter of, I don't care about it being wrong, I care about it being better. It's not a personal attack to me to admit that I was ever wrong or anything. I was just going by what the information at the time told me.
Taste is a luxury few can afford. At this size, anyway.
I think we'll head back to the... Let's head back to the place. You can stay here. Hello, Kalon, how are you? And thank you.
Bye, Bug. Hit you up later.
Stay here. Excited for spooky season? That's gonna be fun. I have a bunch of games I want to play on Halloween for Halloween too. I want to play what's it called? I want to play that one game. What is it? Observation Duty on stream. I think that'll be a fun game to play with chat. Got Halloween snacks already? Really? I guess that it's not that. It's a week out. A little over a week out from October, so it makes sense.
It's only October. Shouldn't be this cold yet.
Choo Choo Charles and Sucosis. Oh, Choo Choo Charles, that's another one I need to play. That one was a lot of fun to watch. Definitely need to try that again. Squirts? Squirts? Halloween Oreos package. Sounds good. I love Oreos. Oreos are one of my weaknesses.
I feel smarter already.
Yeah, what were you saying? I do think people have a misunderstanding of what happiness means. And a lot of us are just also trying to break through it as well. You know? Because it matters a lot less about what we have and what we don't, and just how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. But I feel like achieving a career and achieving a relationship and just attaining things in general is easier than having to perceive the fact that, in fact, what happened to you? It's easier to attain things than it is to understand that we may never have all of the things that we were promised as kids, and that that's okay. Oh, hello. Why are there scorpions in here? Resident Evil 2 on PlayStation. I tried playing the PlayStation 2 or Resident Evil 2 remake on stream and didn't really go so well. Hello, Deadman, how are you? Why are there so many of you? Jesus Christ. Also, I've never seen this in a game before. Hey. Oh, man. Resident Evil 4, the remake, was a lot of fun. Here on stream. It was one of the first games I played on stream. Just had dinner, that sounds good. I'm doing alright. Yeah, I do think things will improve for the general population. I think that a lot of it just comes down to like reflecting and understanding that not everything that we ever want needs to be attained, and being happy with what we have versus what we expected of ourselves.
Are you ready yet? I'm getting impatient.
Also just kind of coming to terms with reality as well. Because people are so dishonest about everything. Like, social media has really fucked over what people have come to understand about how the world works. People think that, like, it's just a normal thing for, like, an 18-year-old or, like, a 25-year-old to become a millionaire. People function as if that's, like, what, like, there's something that they're doing wrong that isn't like that. And it's like, first of all, I would argue that the majority of people that actually do that are fake.
Taste is a luxury you can afford. At this size, anyway.
Like, most of the time, anytime you see, like, I mean, it's been like an exposed thing, hasn't it? anytime anyone,
I feel smarter already.
some like rich kid shows up, like a 25-year-old shows like their tour of their mansion, and it's just like, you could just look up like a mansion and that guy probably just rented it for a video that got like a few million views on TikTok or something. Statement is true, but I can't accept it. I've done paleontology for my entire life as of now, and I can't let that go. I won't. I have studied this topic since I was 2 years old. Oh, I don't mean to like give it up, don't get me wrong. Like I'm in the position where the only reason I can even do what I do as a content creator is because of my family. Like I got my mom's blessing. Like she saw me, like I've literally gone to her crying, like wondering if she loves me, because I was just like, I don't understand why you haven't given up on me. Like I've like gone to her several times asking her what she thinks of me, because I can't fathom the idea that she doesn't consider me a complete failure. But she has told me multiple times that she knows that this is the thing that I want, and she doesn't care. She wants me to be happy. And she knows that this is the thing that's important to me, so she lets me do it. She's less concerned, like all she wants from me is just to be happy with whatever it is that I choose to do.
It's only October.
But if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't be able to do all this the way that I have. I'm not saying to give up on your dreams or anything like that, but when I began, I thought that it was way easier than it actually was, because everyone that I saw that was doing it was like making Patreons that were, you know, able to pay their rent within like the first year of starting their thing. And here I am. I have several paid platforms that combined are not enough to pay any sort of meaningful amount of rent. If it wasn't for nepotism with my uncle who gave me a job, I wouldn't be able to afford, you know, I wouldn't be making, like that job is like half the money that I make. You know, like I'm someone that did not really get to where I am strictly off merit.
Bottled in scenic fruit color.
I'm getting too far from the orc attack? You mean I can avoid it? I can't move. What? How'd I get? I got stuck on something. What the fuck was that?
I didn't expect to beat you so easily.
Oh, another shame. Multiple times I got stuck on like things. Oh well. I don't think beating that thing honestly does anything for you.
Sell over my things.
Earn upwards of 80,000. That'd be pretty good. But yeah. When I say that we need to accept that things aren't going to be the way that we thought, I don't necessarily mean giving up on dreams. I just mean that I thought that this was going to be way easier than everybody seemed to make it out to be. You know, because we only ever do really see the success stories. But reality is, things maybe it will take a bit longer for some of us to get to where we want. And that's not like an uncommon story either, even in the success stories that we know of. I think one of the most successful, like, comedians of our time right now is Bill Burr. But Bill Burr didn't really even, like, Bill Burr is like super well known now, but how old was he by the time that like we actually like really all started to know him? He was like 35, 40 almost. By the time that, you know, people started to realize his talent. And you look at his older stuff, it wasn't that he wasn't funny. It's just, it took him longer to get to where he was, for some reason or another. Yeah, mid-30s. And like, people are literally comparing Bill Burr to be on like the level of Dave Chappelle and George Carlin, who are like obviously two of the biggest. Like, he's up there, like that's at the level of effectively Cosby back before everything happened. You know? Like, Bill Burr would tell you, like, you listen to his stories and he's talking about living in like just like a rundown apartment with nothing but a futon in it. You know, like, it's not uncommon for people to have a quote-unquote late start, but we don't hear those stories. Like, even, I think, like, Jim Carrey. Like, how, like, Jim Carrey, I think, there was a video I remember seeing of him where it's like, yeah, to me, Jim Carrey's always been, like, Jim Carrey. Like, there's no... Jim Carrey, to me, is, like, one of the best actors, comedians, and honestly, at this point, a philosopher. But there was a good while where people didn't take him seriously. He wasn't seen as the icon that he is now. And again, he's been an actor for like since he was a kid. He had a quote-unquote late start. Yeah, early 40s. That to me is a crazy idea, because it's just like everything I've ever seen of him has been like, that's Jim Carrey. That's the best, one of the best ever to exist. It's weird to me, the idea that that there was a time where people didn't take him seriously. That he didn't have all that fame. You know? But it's, again, it's like relative. Like, what even does it mean to be successful? Do you have to be famous? Do you have to be on the level of Bill Burr and Jim Carrey? Do you have to, like, discover, in the terms of paleontology, do you have to discover something for it to be taken seriously? Or is it just a standard that we set for ourselves? And the interesting thing is, like, when I look at, you know, VTubers, ASM artists and stuff, I look at them and I'm like, man, I don't know how they do it, you know, like, what am I doing wrong? And then I like watch their stuff and then like hear them talk about their stuff a bit more. I'm not someone, like, I've done voices all my life, never seriously, but I've done voices all my life. But the people that, like, are particularly known, they've been acting since they were children. And it's like, well, of course they're gonna be, like, of course when they put it to YouTube, it's gonna be that much easier for them. And then I'm expecting to have, like, that level talent and that level, like, they also sometimes go to, like, what's it called? College or school to understand, what's the word? Understand marketing, and I'm comparing myself to that? Like, what sense does it make for me to compare myself to someone that has years of experience prior to even doing anything, and then I jump in thinking that I'm gonna be on the same level as that immediately? We only ever see the part where they succeed. We don't see the years of what it took to get to that point. But it's like so arbitrary every time.
Bikes can't do that.
So then what is a successful paleontologist then? Just someone that can make a living off of paleontology? You know? Like, it is, to circle back to what we've been trying to convey this whole time, people have this misconception of what it means to be happy. People think that having what they want is going to make them happy. And accepting that you maybe never will have some of those things is fine. That doesn't mean to necessarily give up on your dreams. But understand that things just aren't going to play out exactly the way that you want, and that's fine. You maybe never will have like the big mansion that you're hoping for. Maybe you'll just get like a pretty decent condo or like a small house with like a backyard, and that will be fine. Maybe you'll never become an award-winning scientist in whatever field you're trying to study, but if you can make money off of, like, enough money to afford rent off of any sort of scholastic thing, like, that's a pretty successful person in my eyes. I'm not expecting anyone to become the next Neil deGrasse Tyson. But if you're in a scientific field that's able to make rent off of studying the human mind, studying insects or plants or anything like that, that to me is like, that's already far beyond, you know, I think what I would see, that's like far beyond successful to me. But unfortunately, as kids, especially again in America, And I feel like even like more and more in Europe and stuff, people have come to the understanding that happiness comes from something that you can physically attain, rather than just the fact that sometimes being able to wake up in an area that's safe enough to live in and is functional enough, and you have like a decent community like that, that should really be all that it really takes to be happy, rather than having the biggest YouTube channel or being the biggest creator, being the next Einstein or whatever, of whatever field. And again, I do believe that things will get better. For me, it's not a matter of when. It's just a matter of how. Because unfortunately, a lot of people are getting restless and are willing to make some very dangerous things happen. I don't know. It is a difficult thing though. It feels especially weird as a content creator. And although I have seen recently a lot of content creators kind of be a lot more honest about it. Not just in terms of like how much money they make, but also just in terms of where they are like mentally. There's a lot of content creators who I see, and some people might think it's like, oh well, they're just being ungrateful or whatever, they're just like not understanding how good they have it. But it's like, yeah, that content creator might have, you know, might be making literally tens of thousands of dollars a month. But it's like, if they don't, it doesn't matter that they have that. Like, yeah, cool, they don't have to worry about going hungry. Like, that's, you know, great for them. But if they feel emotionally starved, if they feel like they're a burden to their family or their friends, if they feel like they're not deserving of whatever they have, it doesn't matter what they do physically have. They're gonna be miserable anyway. Lead a team. I mean, yeah, I would say that's attainable. Even if you have to survive in the moment and stay up for a while to do so. I don't think anyone should give up on that. I'm just back to picking up resources because I'm so distracted. But I do need the resources, let's be honest. But yeah. For as bad as things are, I'm never going to give up on what I'm trying to do. I think even especially now, I don't think anyone should give up on their dreams necessarily, because you never know when it's gonna happen. And for me, I don't know, it feels weird saying it out loud because, I don't know, people maybe get the wrong idea of what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to make myself be like a hero or anything like that, but again, the reason I'm even here isn't because I'm trying to be a hero. But I remember growing up on the internet, and I was literally so fucking, like, impossible to raise. I was basically unable to communicate anything. Like, I could talk, yeah, but I couldn't say anything that I wanted to say, because I was so angry all the time, and I was so in my head all the time. That like YouTube was like the only way that I could really connect with anybody anymore. And so I would say like where I am and how I function as a person is basically an amalgamation of like so many different creators that I've watched over the years. Like Game Grumps, Nanners, Hutch, Heather Feather, Mr. Sark. I'm like a 1,000 minds put together. And I know how difficult things are, especially like when you feel like you're alone. And alone and without any money as well. So for me, it's not about, I just want to be a place that's like, can be relaxing but also be thought-provoking. Especially now when everybody's so angry at each other. Like no one really wants to think about anything, people just want to hear people like echo their own beliefs already that they have. It's the reason why even in like my paid stuff that I have, like they're like consistently across everything that like all my paid pages, like it starts at $5. And it's like I could realistically, for how much effort I put into stuff, it could be a lot higher, let's be honest. Because I put out a lot of stuff per month on each page, despite not having a single person behind myself to help me. But I do it because, like, well, I know what it's like to not have fucking money. Why would I charge someone, you know, $20 for whatever? When it's like, if my point is simply just so that people have a place to, like, retreat to, I'm not gonna charge you for that. I'm not gonna charge you a whole lot for that. If I'm trying to be like a stress reliever, I'm not gonna make my price stress you out. Or something that can stress you out. That's why I get so fucking angry whenever I see people that are just like, you can just tell that they're not content creators. Because they care about content creation. They're here because they don't want to work a 9-to-5, and it's like, I get not wanting to work a 9-to-5, don't get me wrong, but if you want a comfortable lifestyle, you could just go and work the 9-to-5 for a while. You're not gonna, chances of you getting a comfortable life from content creation is so low. That it's like, the only reason you should be here is because you actually care, not because of the money or because of the fame. Chances of you getting rich and famous off of this is so low. At that point, it's like, why are you even here then? You could be doing so much else to like get fame or get money if that's really what your concern is. Cause like if I did really pursue, even with like the advancements of AI and stuff, if I did pursue like electrician work the way that I had planned, or becoming a English, Spanish, Japanese translator, I would be making way more money than probably most people in my family. But it wasn't the thing that I was really that passionate about. I wanted to. I like the idea of it. I still like the idea of it, but it wasn't the thing that I really cared for. I don't know. Again, it always feels weird just being like, yeah, I do this, and it's like a selfless thing, because again, I'm not trying to like make myself seem like a good person. I'm a decent person at best. I've made my fair share of mistakes. I need food at some point here. Let's kill this guy for it. Another weevil nose. There you go. Oop, hello. I wish you could upgrade your ant damage some way. But yeah. I don't know. I've been a very interesting era.
Do I detect a hint of code?
Where are the storages? Here we are. I really don't like the fact that you can't put those there. Can I put this here? No. Unfortunately, if you want to have this... Oh, there we go. Maybe that works well enough.
Truly among my finest work.
Something to fit on mandibles? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It'd be funny to like strap like a horn to the top of its head or something, so that when you charge into things, you do damage.
Spikes can't do that.
Oh, you're chasing me? Okay. Well. I immediately regretted his decision. How do I repair my... Oh right, I have to just hit R on it, right? I didn't think so. Okay, there we go. But yeah. I don't know. Enter the network center, hack all the remaining orc transmitters. Where? Is that still just over there? I guess that's the... That's probably both of them, to be honest, isn't it? Yeah, I would assume so. But yeah. Collect clovers. Call it here. No worries. Thanks for dropping by. So locked in listening. Oh yeah, I always have fun with these talks. Good night. Sleep well.
Tired? I'm tired all the time.
But yeah. I mean, what else to say on that topic though, if anything? I don't really think there is much to say on regarding that. I may chop that up and put that into and make that into a video though. There's a lot of topics that I want to talk about on the other channel though. I got a random like bit of subscribers there too recently and I have no idea why. It's like, what the fuck, I didn't even upload anything for a week now. I really should. Even if YouTube's being stupid about uploads, I still want to upload things. But yeah. What other topics, like more serious topics, do people want to hear me talk about though? I still want to do that video talking about body count and things like that, because
Bottled in scenic Bacala.
that was a fun discussion. I had it, I think it was like a month ago now or so. Just cause I never see anyone talk about it. Like, the only times that I hear people talk about body count is like people who are like either super red pill or hyper religious be like, body count obviously matters, and then the other time I hear people talk about it is when they're already like, you know, adult content creators and they will say things like body count doesn't matter, and it's like, you two are both the extreme opposite ends of this conversation. I can't really take either of you seriously. Like, there's a lot more nuance to this than what you guys are discussing. So, well, like, what other topics though, more serious topics, are worth discussing, do you think? Like, I'm trying to imagine. Like, body count is a big topic right now. What it means to be happy is a big topic right now. I generally try to avoid politics, especially just because they're always so messy and it brings on a very toxic group of people. Like, there's almost no group of political people. I'm a very political person, don't get me wrong, but there's almost no calm group of people anymore when it comes to that topic. I think the rise of adult content needs to be talked about and with a bit more nuance. That's one for sure. Although I also discussed it in that one time. So I guess we can probably talk about like loneliness though at some point, right? I know that that's like a big one too. People are struggling with loneliness and what to do. Let's write a list while we remember. As I have my notebook here. Children on the internet, that's a good one too. Okay, let's go ahead and write this down then. My handwriting is not so good, especially because I'm holding up my notebook. Yeah, children on the internet definitely needs to be discussed, especially these days right now. Yeah, loneliness. I want to take speech lessons, by the way, because I want to have these topics, but I have a hard time articulating myself. By the way, so today's Tuesday, right? Tomorrow we're not gonna have a stream, but on Thursday we're gonna be, I changed the schedule a little bit, we're gonna be playing 7 Days to Die. With Gary, so that'll be fun. That's the plan anyway. Go woke, go broke mentality. Yeah, like the topic of like being woke and stuff. Might be an interesting topic. Yeah, that's one that I can talk about a lot, because honestly that topic frustrates the hell out of me. Like, people are just like, oh my god, a black person in a video game. This game's woke, and it's like, okay, so we're just broadcasting our racism now. and then on the opposite end, it's like if that character is wearing anything even just a little bit too revealing, then it's like red pill bullshit. It's like, okay. I don't think either of you know what it means to be woke, nor to be inclusive, or just a normal fucking person. Right, rise of adult work. Alright, I'll keep my notebook here. Keep that there just so we can write things down. I mean, I've seen it so many times where it's just like, why are our two main characters black women? And it's like, why does that matter? Like, Does it have anything to do with anything? Like, I can understand you complaining about that if we're like supposed to be playing like, I don't know, like in a specific time period where black women would never be like soldiers, and you were playing a game about two black women being soldiers. You know, like that's a fair complaint. Why are you just including black women for the sake of including it when you're trying to make something accurate to history and it's not? That's fine. That's a fair critique, but otherwise, what the fuck are you talking about? What other topics do we have that we can discuss? There's always some interesting ones, you know. Ooh, I have a good one. The professional victimhood mentality. Yeah, professional victimhood is a pretty big one right now. Also, caring too much or too little. Because I feel like right now, these things are happening quite a lot these days. Where I feel like people are either not caring at all about anything, or they care way too much about literally everything. I need to do something with these grass planks at some point. I'm trying to think, what can we do with it? What can we do? Reddit being a cesspool? I would say I would extend that to be internet cesspools. Because it's not just Reddit, like Twitter and Blue Sky. Like, it seems like everywhere right now is just fucking awful. Everything is so insanely hostile. I'll be honest though, I feel like Reddit is probably one of the better places compared to like Reddit I've seen to be a lot more balanced than like Twitter, where everything is just insanely hostile. Moral corruption. We can write that one down. I will definitely say right now, it does seem to be that way. From my experience talking to people, it seems like the people that are like the most successful, especially the fastest, usually are the most fucked up people that I've ever seen. I feel like we saw that a lot with Cinder, and we saw that with Pirate Software, who were just like people that spiked out of nowhere. And it's just like, damn. Both of them turned out to be not so great people. There we are. Do VTubers prey only on lonely people? That is a good question. I would extend that further than just VTubers. I would say VTubers and ASM artists, like roleplay ASM artists. Oh, you can write that one down. VTuber slash ASM artists. Being predatory to lonely people. On that one, I will say I can't really speak on that one about. Well, I can speak on that one about being predatory. I would say it's kind of interesting. I would argue yes, that a lot of it is definitely predatory. In particular because I've spoken to a fair few of like content creators, not necessarily ASMR artists, but like, you know, me having the background that I do, of being a part of some communities that have like the voice actors and stuff. I would argue that it is definitely predatory, in particular because like male ASM artists, or we'll call them roleplay voice actors instead, RPVAs. Male RPVAs are definitely predatory a lot of the time, in the sense that they will actively like pursue their audience, and in like very bad ways. You know, like it's one thing to be like, oh, I have like a crush on this fan of mine. Like that's one thing. It's another thing to like bounce from fan to fan, exclusively for the fact that they want something out of them and then they abandon them. That to me is a different thing. You know. But I would say women are also predatory. The female RPVAs are predatory because a lot of them, I'm just being real, they have this, like, they put on this face of like, oh, I love my creator, I love my fans, they're so sweet, you're all so supportive, and then I get to talking to them behind the scenes and they just hate men. Like, they just fucking hate them.
Tired.
They're the kind that are like, all men are rapists and stuff like that, and it's just like, okay, yeah, you I'm sure your audience would appreciate hearing that. Your predominantly male audience will love to hear that this person that they find comfort in absolutely despises them, and also probably has a relationship that you're never going to tell them because you'd be afraid of losing money. So like, don't get me wrong, I understand wanting to keep like your relationship under wraps or stuff because sometimes people get really weird about it, but if your reason for wanting to keep your relationship a secret is because you wanted to like make them think they had a chance with you, that way they spent more money on you, then that's another thing. That you're a predator at that point. You're a financial and emotional predator at that point. That's another one though. Does NSW help or hurt? I would say personally, it depends. I think a lot of times it does help. That sort of thing does help content creators, especially if you're a woman. Maybe not so much if you're male. Unless, I guess, like, if you're a male, the thing is, if you're a male, like, content creator of that sort, then you may as, like, it just helps to be interested in guys, because let's face it, guys just buy that stuff more. You have to be some, like, Channing Tatum level male specimen if you want to have, like, a very serious chance at succeeding in that sort of space. Or just get insanely lucky. I've seen some people who are like, I'll be real, they're not like in particularly, they're not that like all that, but they just attracted the viewership of like one person that gave them a shout out, and then they just fucking exploded. And hey, good for them. But ooh, I have one. That gives me an idea. How much does luck matter in success? I think that's a topic that can be like everyone can have like an opinion on. How much does luck actually factor into living a successful life or having a successful career? Does clip farming create a creator? We can write that one down. Some of these may be like videos that I can do like dedicated videos for, and some of these maybe I can like bunch in together with some other stuff, you know? And from my experience, it definitely helps, but if you don't have much of a substance to you as a content creator, it doesn't matter how much you clip farm. If people see your clip and then you're like, oh, that's funny, then they go to your channel and you're just boring unless you're doing clip farming, then that's like a different thing. There are so many, like, it feels kind of like, you know, people that like make memes or like will try and become a meme or maybe clip something, some things that maybe turn into memes, and then you go to their like actual channel and it's like just nothing like what they were memed on for. You know what I mean? Yeah, just thinking. Here are some good topics though. Someone be eeping. I wonder if you... How do mosquitoes breathe? How do bugs breathe? I know some bugs... Don't bugs, or some of them at least, breathe like through their exoskeletons? They just like breathe through their body somehow.
Let's take a second to get our composure.
Something I definitely want to react to. I should react to, because I've seen people do it, and I always think about it, and I'm like, are they really not going to get like copyright strike for that? Which I guess not, because they've been there for months already at this point. But some Bill Burr clips actually on YouTube have shown up, and I always want to react to them. I think that'd be like a lighthearted sort of react. Could even potentially on Thursday, I could maybe start streaming like an hour or so earlier. So instead of 3 PST, we'll start at 2 and react to a Bill Burr video before Gary arrives. You could do something like that, that'd be nice. Bill Burr has been one of my favorite comedians for like well over last decade or so at this point.
Smoky, tangy. Do I detect a hint of food?
Oh yeah, we have apple bits, so we can go ahead and make more of these things. Oh, not there. Here. Oh, we need grub sludge. Okay. So I guess we're looking for stuff on the ground then. Time zones are interesting. Here's always a thing. I remember when I used to be nocturnal, so I could record during the night. And being awake during European hours and not during the day. Where is this thing? Where am I hearing this? Is it under here? I tried Skate yet? I haven't, but did I did download it today. I may make a character and then we can play that on Friday. I'll like test it out just to make sure that everything works and then we can play it on Friday. Hopefully the connection issues and stuff will be a bit more fixed by that time. But it looks fun. I've seen some gameplay of it. I saw Aethel play it with Iron Mouse, Nanners, and Connor. And the fact that you can climb up that entire building is so fucking cool to me. I don't remember if Skate 3 had like that sort of thing. I know you could climb and stuff, but I don't remember ever like climbing anything so gigantic before. It's been so long since I last played it, so. I mean, I would say Skate needs to scratch like a very particular itch, you know what I mean? Like Skate is a very specific, like, I kind of just want to goof off, maybe hit some tricks and then like that's about it. It's more just like running around and watching people like do goofy things to me than any other sort of game. Goat Simulator of skating. I mean, basically, this is just a game. You don't really take it super seriously. Although Goat Simulator would be pretty fun to play as well.
Let's take a second to get our composure.
Oh, here we go. Looking for Sledge. Maybe a wee bit gross, though. Drinking sludge. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh man. Not what I was looking for. There used to be a time back in the first game where digging only ever gave you... The fuck was that sound? Digging only ever gave you... grubs instead of sometimes the weavers. Or rather, larvas, I guess they're called. Go ahead and save, by the way. There you go. You ever play Rocket Power Beach Bandits for GameCube? I think it was on some other consoles, but that's the one that I played it on. That was a really fun skating game. It was actually really, really good too. Reminds me a bit of something I think back on, and I'm so, because I don't really play like Mario Kart anymore. Did they ever bring back Funky Stadium from Mario Kart? Because that that was a battle arena, and my god, that was probably one of the best maps ever in any Mario Kart game. In any kart game, like not just Mario Kart. What's my workout routine? I do twice a week. I do full body stuff, and then like between those, I have a bench here with some adjustable dumbbells that like go to up to about, I think, 110 pounds if holding both of them. I think it might be more, honestly. It might be, how much was it actually? No, I think it is 110 pounds, which is still a lot of weight. And I'll do like extra stuff because I don't work out hamstrings all the time, because hamstrings, I think I'm blessed genetically from what I can tell. Triceps, calves, hamstrings for me are just so easy to grow, and glutes. I don't have to try to ever grow them, so I don't usually need to do them more than once a week, but I still do just because that's the recommended. But
Smoking, tangy. Do I detect it?
But yeah, I'm pretty sure like I'm blessed genetically for bodybuilding. You know, just recreational bodybuilding. I've never had any issues, to be honest. Only thing bad for me is my shoulders. Actually, wait, hold on. I think I have rotator cuff issues. I have to go to the doctor for that to get that sorted out. Personally. But yeah, Rocket Power Beach Bandits is by far, like, it's so fucking good. It was so goofy and dumb, but like legitimately the skating mechanics, the way that it would work is like it was between hoverboarding, skateboarding, and skating. I think that's it. Those are like the main vehicles that you could have. And basically you would do tricks, and the more tricks you did, the more like your rocket meter would build up, which would slowly go down over time. But the more tricks you did and stuff, the more that meter would build up, so you would go faster. And so you would get even more air and could do even more tricks and stuff. And it was so fucking cool. It was honestly so fun. It was such a ridiculously well-made mechanic and everything for how dumb it was. I don't know what it was about Nickelodeon games. Like, some of them obviously didn't do super well. Like, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman was just not a good game. It was like a super like ugly like knockoff Banjo-Kazooie type game. It was just like a collectathon, and it barely used the source material. Why does old games feel more fun than modern? That could be a video idea, yeah. But yeah, just some of those things like were so good. Like Battle for Bikini Bottom was amazing. Um, I don't know, there's something about Nickelodeon specifically. Like they were just so well made. There was a Rugrats game. It was called Royal Ransom, Rugrats Royal Ransom, and to this day I'm just like, this is a fucking amazing game for some reason. I had no idea why. I'm not even a Rugrats fan. It was such a shame too because that game was made so well that it's just like, this is like a perfect co-op game. But it wasn't co-op. The only time there was co-op was when you were like racing or battling your friends. And it can only be one more person, not like 4 people. Oh, hello. Okay. They're fine. I'm sure they'll be fine. We can maybe adjust our streaming schedule so that Mondays or so we will have just like gaming day, just like normal. Tuesdays, like now, we can have a bit more like discussion stuff. Maybe a react video at some point. And then Thursdays, Thursdays we'll see how Thursdays we can fit, but then Friday will be like a just chatting streams typically. We can do something like that. Because it does seem like people actually enjoy these like discussion streams where we like talk a bit more seriously about things, and I like doing it. I'm just not a very good spokesman. I'm not very good at talking. But it's ironic for someone that wanted to become a streamer and a content creator and a voice actor. Just like listening to me talk. Well, thank you. Glad someone does.
Bottled in scenic Bricolo.
No weirdo stuff, no. Go ahead and... I think I need one more thing for this. Wait, milkweed. Why don't I have milkweed? Where do I even get milkweed from? I only have 4. Where did that come from? I guess I used it when making one of my armor pieces, didn't I? Yeah, this thing used it. Dang. Unfortunate. Do I get like a mage hat or something? I don't know. I really should like make the mage stuff. Ooh. Mage armor, parrier barrier. Perfect blocks add a barrier that reduces damage, stacks up to 3 times, and is removed when hit or out of combat. That is pretty cool. Frosty focus. Fresh damage is increased when the barrier is up, and even more. Damn, shit is pretty cool. I feel like this is a debuff, honestly. Melee attacks generate more threat. That just means bugs are more likely to run away from you, but if I'm attacking you, then I don't want you to run away, I want you to die. So why would I nerf myself like that? Venomous Dasher. dash strikes? What are dash strikes? Oh, I guess it's like this? No, wait. Is this dashing?
Yeah.
I think that would be a dash. What is a dash, though? I don't really know. I don't really know what this game counts as a dash. I had to look up a video on that, because that's kind of confusing. Oop, something's coming. Probably just ladybug. Yep, there it is.
Anything interesting out there?
Ladybug. But alright. Gonna go ahead and call stream here. Thank you all for joining me. It was a fun time. Again, no stream tomorrow because it was Wednesday, but come Thursday, we will probably be streaming 7 Days to Die with Gary, so that'll be fun. But yeah, alright. Sleep well, everyone. Hope you all have a good night. Love you all, and oh yeah, thanks for you for the ideas, Teddy. Yeah, get some rest, and thank you. Right, love you all, and we'll talk to you all later.